racers say when you ask them how their run went?
Okay, so we're on our way home from the jackpot today, and I had the most fantastic run on my new horse named Diver. I'm coming into first, and I mean, I would have had the most fantastic first, because, you know, first is, that's my claim to fame, is my first barrel. And I just don't think I put enough weight in my outside stirrup, and I just didn't ride him hard enough, and he went by the barrel like that. Like, you know how you see those horses, they're running so hard that they're just trying so hard, they're so fast they can't even turn. But I got a hold of him and I pulled him around, and he just come around so beautiful with his head in the air like he's supposed to. And I got going to second, and I rode him one-handed, and I just kicked and kicked. And you know when you're supposed to kick so hard when your butt comes so far out of the saddle that, you know, you're smashing on their back like that to make them drive forward. I was so excited because I was just riding like that to second. And again, I mean, he's just running so hard. Well, he's bred so fantastic. I mean, he doesn't even need to be broke because he's got all that breeding in him. And he went by the barrel again to the fence, which was, I'm just so proud of the way he's running right now with all the stuff that I've been feeding him and doing to him. But I just about hit the eye coming around second barrel, but I didn't, so that was fantastic. I mean, everybody was like, in so amazement that, you know, he's so agile that he just got around the eye. And again, I pulled on him, and he had his head up with his mouth open, like, just like, I'm so excited to be turning this barrel. So then I got going to third, and, you know, I whipped him really, really hard, and I pulled on his face really, really hard when I was whipping him, so I was like every time, because if you've ever watched the guys on the racetrack, they are so amazing like that. The harder they pull, the faster their horses run, and then they whip really hard. So I picked up that tip from them. I'm just so proud of my horse. Anyway, third was just one of those barrels. You know how when the barrel's right here and you just come in way out here and your horse just swoops around without even losing any time? I've seen it. Like, I've looked at those interval times, and I mean, I've outrun half the girls on third barrel in those interval times. I mean, because my horse just doesn't lose any speed going around the barrel like that. So, I mean, again, I don't think I could have rode third any better. So I come around third, and I mean, I was a little tight and nicked the barrel, and I mean, I knocked it over, but I mean, if you'd have had interval timing there, I would have outrun all those tough girls on those horses. And then again, coming home, it was, I mean, he ran so hard with all that breeding in him. I mean, you couldn't have bred a horse any better, right? Like, I have this stud, and I mean, he's just, I know he's not papered, but he's got all this breeding in him. And I could show you what he's got in him if you come over sometime. But anyway, again, I whipped really hard and pulled really hard. And, I mean, he was running so fast that when I got to the end and turned, I just about fell off. That's how fast my horse is. And again, kicked really hard and you know, drove him forward with my seat like that. But anyway, if I hadn't had just those few little mix-ups, just like a little bit too far by the first two barrels and stuff, I totally would have won the jackpot, yeah.